Hi, I'm Kate from Heritage Venues and I'm joined today by
Gemma from the viewing team at Heritage Venues.
And we're going to talk to you about budget conscious couples and booking a wedding with a budget in mind. And we hope you find it useful. So, hi Gemma.
Hey Kate,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, yeah, I'm really good, thank you. So we know it's hard out there at the moment and money is tight for everybody. And we know that weddings are still really popular and, it's something that couples are still investing their time and money in. So I thought we could talk a little bit about that, just to share like your key sort of takeaways on budgeting for a wedding, and how to maybe think outside the box when it comes to budgeting and planning a wedding. So what ways would you recommend for a couple to save or like redistribute budget?
I think obviously initially when a couple gets engaged, there's a lot to think about, but one of the key things initially is to decide what their budget is. So how much are they in a position to be able to contribute to their day themselves? Are they getting any other financial help elsewhere? And obviously decide then how much technically they would be able to actually put towards their big day. Once they have that information, obviously they get to the point of start looking at venues and wanting to maybe come and have a look and getting a good feel for what they want for their day. So when couples sort of contact us at that stage and want to meet the team and have a look at the venue, we obviously sort of talk about the different options that we offer at both Lilybrook Manor and Stanlake Park as to how that might work for their day. Now, I guess one of the I say there's two probably key things for couples to really think about if they want to try and maybe reduce their overall spend. So firstly is identifying who they want as part of their big day and who maybe they might want for the daytime and who they want for the evening. So a lot of couples might have a much more intimate number of guests for the day, which actually works so well.
At both venues.
Most definitely. And I think, we're very good as a team at helping couples to kind of make the space work dependent on what their guest numbers are for the day, so that the rooms feel like they almost fit their guest numbers. So they're not kind of like in a huge space.
We've had weddings of 30s and 50s and 130s. So the venues definitely can work with all spectrum, at all ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. And I think we're really lucky because we've got such an amazing team that have dealt with all different kind of styles of wedding, numbers of guests, like you say. So our team are experienced to kind of put their sort of experience into helping couples when it comes to that side of things. So numbers is a big part. So what I would always probably say is if you are trying to work to a budget, maybe try and look at reducing the number of guests that you're going to have to the day. And then obviously in the evening, you can certainly have more guests in the evening. So we've got an amazing selection of evening food. And I think actually it's quite exciting for couples to have extra evening guests attend because they get to share their day with...
Changes the vibe, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
It brings new energy into the evening.
Definitely.
And, it warms up the party.
So numbers, trying to keep it maybe a bit more smaller in the day and add extra guests for the evening is one way of maybe reducing your overall sort of catering spend for the day. The other option is maybe to consider another day of the week to get married on.
Yeah, agreed. Like Thursdays and Fridays are becoming more popular than ever, aren't they?
And they're so underrated because I think now there are so many, like, I don't know about you, but if I got invited to a wedding, I'm like so excited. I'm like, I don't care if it's on a Thursday or a Friday or whatever. It doesn't have to be on a Saturday. So maybe looking at other days of the week to marry on will definitely help to reduce your venue hire spend. And that sort of saving can be used elsewhere. So it means that you can have maybe a slightly nicer food package, which gives you a bit more flexibility for the day, or you get to use it for sort of lighting in the barn or something like that. So
and month of the year can change it as well. So looking out of season and going for an April day over an August day and or a October over a May.
Most definitely. I mean, I think we are really, really lucky that both our venues look beautiful all year round. a lot of people's perceptions are that summer is, the best time to get married. And ultimately, summer is a lovely time of year to get married.
Yeah.
However, the nice position that we're in as sort of having two different venues that are quite different but have a lot of outside ground is that you get to see those seasons as well. So for photos, it's great to be able to maybe have like an autumn wedding and get the change of kind of the leaves from Lilybrook or the vines at Stanlake. So there are definitely ways of trying to be sort of a little bit more savvy with how you spend your budget on your day. I think the key is to be open-minded where you can be.
Yeah.
So if you can be open-minded, that will massively help you to be a bit more flexible and reduce that overall spend.
Yeah, definitely. No, agreed. And once the couple have found their dream venue, and hopefully it's one of ours.
Yes.
So at the time of booking, what do you think is important to sort of share with the couple about staying on budget? I guess, is it sticking to the numbers and knowing that sort of early on? And
so we try to be quite clear with all of the information that couples receive at time of inquiry through to booking in terms of our pricing. So it is very helpful, and it's one of the things that a lot of couples share with us and say, your information, it's really clear. It's great to be able to see everything in one place. So we share that with couples early on so that they can work out how much their catering is potentially going to be. So there's no kind of hidden surprises along the way where we suddenly say, oh, you haven't kind of accounted for this. Everything is there for them to see before they book. So most people will work out roughly what they want for their day in terms of food and drink. And then once they've established their catering spend, I think it then gives them an idea of how much maybe they've got left over for maybe extras like drink stations, possible things that might make their day a little bit unique.
A magician.
Everyone loves a magician. And then looking at how they might want to sort of spend that with other suppliers. So I always think it's kind of helpful to maybe have a sort of key list of people that you definitely want to try and work with on the day.
Non-negotiables.
Yeah. Exactly that. So photographers, florists, lighting, whoever it may be, entertainment, those type of things are kind of the things that most couples will think about once they've booked their venue. And then we provide a recommended supply list. So we give couples the option to kind of reach out to those people and find the right people that they want to work with.
And it's extensive, local suppliers, different price points, offering different packages for your day. So there really is something for everybody on there.
Definitely. And I think as well, all of our suppliers are great because they know our venue so well. So they can talk from experience too, which is so reassuring when you've booked your day to kind of speak to people that know the venues and really kind of give them a much better feel for maybe, when couples go into sort of talking to suppliers, they don't really know what they want. But once they start talking to people, I think it becomes quite clear to them, you know, what they want from their day in terms of supplies and things like that.
Definitely. And I guess with the food and drink through heritage venues, we offer like the classic, signature and luxury price points. And that's on both the menu and the drinks packages.
Definitely.
So you can kind of up spec if you've got the extra money that you want, if you wanted a champagne drinks reception over a Prosecco drinks reception, or if you wanted to add bottled beers on to the drinks reception.
Absolutely.
And a different selection of wine and main dishes.
Yeah. So what I would always say is all of our food and drink is amazing that we offer. We have an amazing team that produces the most incredible food. So all of the food options that we offer, you're in for a treat basically. And the pricing is there to help couples kind of fit it within their budget. So like you say, the classic, signature and luxury is the terminology that we use as a team throughout all of our kind of literature. So it's quite easy to sort of look through those options. And we share all of the menus and the drink options so you can go away, have a good look over those before you make any firm decisions.
And it quickly helps you get a cost per head in mind, so then you can work out how that works with your numbers and your overall budget. And
I think that couples find that super helpful once they've looked over the information. And even if they maybe decide, 6 months down the line that they've got a bit more of a budget to have more money on their, say, their chosen food package, there is still time to do that.
Yeah.
But initially, it really is helpful for them to set up a head cost to work out what their catering spend will be for the day.
Yeah, perfect. So you obviously see a lot of couples come and interview.
Yes.
And I just wondered, what do you find at the moment is helping a couple make a decision on what venue they're booking?
So their experience, I often think that their initial experience in terms of kind of how the follow-up process has been from when they've inquired. It's quite important to know that you're in safe hands almost, and that you're with a team that are experienced and can help guide you through that process.
You said as well, the transparency, no hidden costs, you know, knowing everything up front as well. And I think like your team do so well at doing that to make sure everything is, you know, laid out and all the information is available and provided at that stage.
And I think actually it's one of the things that, as I said earlier, couples share with me, and they often say to me, it's great that everything is so clear. Because I think when a couple starts looking at wedding venues, the process can be so overwhelming. And when they're looking at quite a few different venues, when they start looking at all that information, it's really the ones that are very clear and transparent that stand out as being the most easiest to understand. And I think straight away then a couple can see if that's going to work with their budget. And also, it offers a trustworthy feel, I think, for the couples initially, because they feel that they can work with that particular venue and catering team and just have faith that their day is going to be amazing, because everything has been so straightforward from the point of inquiry, obviously following right through to the planning stage with the planning team and the day itself.
So you're not just buying into the venue, but you're also buying into the catering, but also the amazing team that are going to support couples through their whole journey from start to finish.
Yeah, most definitely. And we've got an incredible team that literally have got a wealth of knowledge right through from like myself, who's part of the viewing team, and as I say, through the planning team, kitchen team, the people that are there on the day,
the events team and event managers on the day.
Exactly. So it is all part of a couple's experience, and I like to think that, you know, by the time, say, when a couple books with me maybe 2 years out, that I've contributed to that initial part of their day, that then right through to the end, you know, it's all part of the experience for them, and it should be enjoyable. And we want to be there to support a couple to make it as enjoyable as possible for them, really.
Perfect.
The other thing I would probably say is that we're very lucky that we've got two beautiful venues that are beautiful in terms of they are barn venues. So the moment that a couple often will walk into the venues, they don't necessarily have to have anything in them, but they can look absolutely beautiful without a single decoration. So I often think that if a couple loves it at that point, they're going to love it even more once they've kind of made the venue their own.
Oh, no, that's amazing. No, I think that's really good takeaways for anyone that are looking for a wedding venue right now and starting that wedding planning journey.
Definitely.
Yes, we're here for you.
And that's the thing. We want to make sure that every couple has that amazing experience with us when they book their day.
Perfect. Okay, well, that wraps up this little instalment from the wedding planning perspective and wedding sales perspective. And don't forget to like, follow, and share.